Hi all, welcome back to another episode of Campton Racing TV. Obviously we didn't do a show last week as we were away, so we've got a little bit to look back on with the runners. Firstly, DePaul winning on Ipswich Cup Day was really exciting for us.
Yeah, it was very exciting. It was good to see him go and do what we know he can do, and he's a very good horse, exciting animal. Off to the Ramornie now. It's nearly 2 weeks since his last win, and a little gap between races, but that's our job to keep him ticking over, happy and healthy. And his work on Tuesday was exciting. He's just getting better and better, the horse. He'll step up to 1200. Kyle Wilson-Taylor will take the ride. He'll get in with a lighter weight. I think he's a very, very exciting horse for our stable on the way up. He's obviously proven himself time and time again, but I want him to keep doing it now because I really do believe we could have a group horse in the making. His times and everything is showing that, and I can't wait to see him take on some better horses.
And then obviously, as I touched on before, after that we were lucky enough to get away for the week. So we left everything in charge to the staff and they did a super job. We actually had three runners on the weekend for 3 seconds and they were all so close. So really proud of what they did while we were away.
Spot on, you nailed on the head. They did a tremendous job, and I probably sound like a beaten record, but I do really appreciate my staff and everything they do. They go above and beyond, and they worked their backsides off to make sure everything's smoothly while away. And it's obviously, as a trainer, you've got your horse, and you obviously worry. I'm a bit of a worrywart, and struggle to relax. But with great staff like I've got, it makes my job a lot easier. And they did a tremendous job. Unfortunately, one of the horses couldn't stick their heads out first, but I was really thrilled with the way Fly With You made his debut. We were expecting a good debut from him, and he went hard and he tried all the way to the line. Team Edmonds' horse got the better of him on debut, but I believe second up he's going to be even better. He's going to be a horse that gets over further. A horse that has tested our patience a lot in the early days. Taken time. He was so immature, but a beautiful big horse who's come so a long way. And these are the horses that, when you train horses, they're the ones you really enjoy training. He's a big, raw baby that's got so much ability, and I was really, really proud of the effort, what he put in on debut.
And Get What You Give, also a very close second for him as well at the Gold Coast.
Yeah, I spoke to one of the owners today, and they said they were counting the cash before. Then they turned around and he got beat. So I did think the same thing at the top of the straight. But the young girl, she rode it a treat. Actually, she got him into a perfect position just up the straight. He's a bit of a green horse and a green rider. He just probably needed that bit of urging from a senior rider. I'm not potting her at all. She rode it good, but Noel back on this weekend. We're backing him up, and I think that'll be a telling factor. He just needs a strong rider early on in his career, and she's done a great job. She's had 2 rides on him for a winner and a second on him, so he's another horse that's come a long way. He looks so well, and I don't really like backing up my horses too often, but he's very well the horse at the moment. He come back from the swim yesterday, and he was going berserk. So he's loving life at the moment and enjoying the racing.
And then on Sunday we had Marley Doon, who doesn't mind running second, although she did run a great race because she come from back in the field, which wasn't really the racing pattern of the day at Wollumbar.
Yeah, it was a huge run actually. Great run to run second. She just struggles to stick her head out, but she will break her maiden tag soon. I know, I'm sure of that. She's got a lot of ability, and she always continues to run a good race. She's very consistent for owners, but just want to see her stick that head out and get a W next to her name. And yeah, it was a brilliant ride from Kyle. Obviously, the day after he rode his first Group 1, hats off to the kid. He showed up the next day and rode as good as anyone on the day. So he's an exciting rider on the way up, and that's one of the reasons why we chose him to ride DePaul. And I'm sure he's going to have plenty more Group 1s, that young fella.
Looking forward to our runners this weekend. We start off with Catwalk Criminal at the Sunshine Coast. Obviously a metro meeting at the Sunny Coast on Saturday. It's going to be a step up for her in grade, but be interesting to see what she can do. Yeah,
3-year-old handicap, which wasn't ideal. She gets in with 53 kilos. I think the true weight's about 49, so she's up against it. But she's a bit like a horse like DePaul, who I've got a lot of big opinion of, and I did the same thing with him first up. Threw him in the deep end. And I know she's not first up; she's third up, but she's a horse that I think she deserves her crack against the better horses. A very exciting horse. Still got a lot of maturing to do. Still got mentally and physically, but I think she'll run a huge race on the weekend. Her work the other day is great. She's in a great frame of mind. She's healthy, and I think the big odds. One of the owners rang me and said she was 26 to 1 yesterday, which I can't work that out, but I think she'll run a massive race. She's a talented horse.
And then, as you said earlier, Get What You Give will back up at the Gold Coast again on Saturday over at the 1100, and Noel Callow will ride.
Yeah, if he produces what he's been doing, I think it's his race to lose. He's drawn perfectly. Noel's riding superb at the moment, and he'll just get the peach running behind the speed, if not lead, and Noel will suit him. He'll lift him over the line. Just obviously next couple of days, see how he is tomorrow morning, and obviously Saturday morning. But as I said earlier, he's a horse who's feeling very, very well at the moment.
And then on Sunday, you'll head to Grafton with Sarson. This is his first up run for this prep.
Yeah, a bit of a tough ask with the big weight first up, but drawn perfectly. 1200 suits. He was really good first up last prep for us. His trials have been good. He's come back much better this preparation. He's a talented horse. Just sort of want to go and see him do more this preparation, because he's definitely better than a Class 1 at Grafton. So I think he'll run a very big race. I know I've said that about all our horses on the weekend, but I do believe they're all ready to rock and roll. And he's definitely probably the one to beat in that race on Sunday. He's got a bit more class than a Class 1 at Grafton, as I said.
And from what you've said, I'm assuming Get What You Give would be your best bet for the weekend?
Yeah, obviously he looks the one to beat, but I just think Catwalk Criminal at the big odds, I think she's a great each way play. Look for a bit of value, and yeah, she's still big odds. I think that'll firm definitely on the day. Hopefully, if she doesn't lead, we get something to go 100 mile an hour in front. She's got a target to chase, because I assure you, when she's got something to chase, she's going to be a better horse. So hopefully she gets that chance on the weekend, and if she gets every chance, I reckon she'll run a huge, huge race.
Campton racing has been going for almost 2 years, which seems crazy. Time's definitely flown. And we've actually realised that we haven't had all of our owners into the stables yet, so we're looking at doing an open day in July. So please leave your comments if there's something that you'd be interested in. Obviously, we want to get everyone in to show them around and show them what lovely stables we have and all the facilities that we have to offer.
Yeah, for sure. You guys have obviously built our business, and we're very thankful for that. So anyone that obviously would like to come, will send out emails and get it sorted. We'll get Adam, the man behind the camera here, to sort everything out. We'll get the camera open, and hopefully you don't have too many beers, so we don't have too much to hold on you. But no, we would love to have everyone here, and we want to show that our stable is very welcoming. We want new people. We want to keep our old people as well. So we're happy to welcome on anyone that wants to join our team, and we'd be excited to have a welcome day probably over the next couple of months sometime, whenever we can work it out. But drop your comments below if you're interested. And if you can hear in the background, that's just young Will. It's Ben's young fella playing with the dog, and Indy's doing cartwheels around the pool at the moment. So we're pretty welcoming around here. We like people being at the stables, and it's a good vibe, and that's the way we want to keep it.
Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully you can find a winner on the weekend.